Oh, okay, all right. Welcome to Project Darkwood. My name is Don, and today we are going over the footage that I recorded in my previous video, which was a lot. If you haven't seen that one yet, you should probably watch that before you watch this. I'll put a link in the description. Anyway, basically what I did was took the clip with the alleged Bigfoot in it, zoomed in, stabilized it, and then brightened it. And now we're gonna go over it frame by frame so I can show you what I found. So one of the first things that I noticed was you can actually see some of the eye shine passing behind the branches, kind of going this way. And as we go through the frames, you should be able to see them kind of pass behind the foliage there. And of course, then it pops up. Okay, so second thing I noticed, you can see teeth. There's like, you can see its mouth. It appears to be opening and closing. It's closed here and then suddenly it opens as if he's like growling or something. I can only imagine he was not pleased upon seeing my flashlight in his face. I'm assuming it's a male, it could be female, I have no idea. The build makes me think male. Okay, so it starts to step. One of the things, I don't know if this is like a leaf that's stuck to his foot. This right here, this kind of color, it's either a leaf or it kind of made me wonder if there was like vitiligo type dealio on his toesies. Okay, we're approaching some of the clear shots here, clear frames. Right about this handful of frames right here are the best looking ones in my humble opinion. So right about here, this frame, you get a really good shot of his abs, and there is, you know, definitive musculature. You can really make out some of the detail here. And then in the further frames, like you can make out pecs, bicep. There's this kind of shape here. There's like a sternum, and then this kind of pectoral muscle deal. And then it was a lot harder to see in the previous, you know, unaltered footage, but there's definitely like abs and pecs there. And if you squint really hard, you can kind of see like thigh muscles and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and play it at 0.2 times speed, so we can really get into this. But, okay, so he steps forward, another step forward. All the time he's just kind of sneering, showing his teeth, which from what I hear is a pretty common behavior for them in showing aggression. And that was the distinct vibe that I got in the moment. He's standing there, he sees me, shows his teeth, steps forward, and this is where it kind of managed to hold the camera still for a split second before bolting. And you can really, in these like well-lit shots, you can really kind of see the musculature going on here, just this huge deltoids. Quite a powerful animal. This is not a small guy. This is a big boy. Oh, okay, something new I just noticed. You can make out the definition of his nose. He's got this like bulbous kind of human-like nose going. Which to me, if this was a costume of some kind, I would expect like, you know, the generic kind of gorilla nose. You can also see that there's exposed skin around the cheekbones and the brow. Possibly with eyebrows, there's really not enough detail to be able to tell there, but you can kind of make out like a hairline where it goes under his cheek and then continues around the top of his face there. Maybe a mustache? There's a lot of stuff that's just kind of hidden in the blur. And then right there, he starts to close his mouth a little bit again. Kind of working his lips as he moves forward. And you get another view of his thumb and fingers here. And that's the last frame before it just gets super blurry. Like there's a couple of frames with him in the shot after this, but it's just not worth looking at. It's completely out of focus. And it's really intriguing to me that, you know, this animal clearly has eye shine, which from a biological standpoint, that doesn't make any sense to me, because hominids are haplorines. They don't have a tapetum lucidum, that they shouldn't be able to produce eye shine. So I don't understand how that works. Maybe it's like a convergently evolved, like re-evolved trait. That's kind of a head scratcher for me, but this being clearly seems to have it. And of course it could be a hoax. You know, there's always that possibility, but just the more I look at this, the more I'm convinced that it's not. Another thing that I discovered in going over this footage was, and to me this is the biggest supporting piece of evidence that this could be real, is the limb proportions. If you don't know a whole lot about Bigfoot, they have very different limb proportions than humans do. They're very lanky. They have long arms, short legs, very stocky bodies. So I put together a little comparison here with a human being next to this potential Bigfoot. And you can see, I mean, it's just completely different. Like, I don't think a person could fit in this. The arms are just way longer. The legs are completely different proportion. The hip is lower, the torso is longer. There's like no neck. I mean, the shoulders just kind of come right up to meet the sides of the head, which is not something you would expect to see if this was a person in a costume. For me, an instant dead giveaway for a Bigfoot hoax is when you have these, you know, giant human bobbleheads on these long skinny necks, and it's just immediately obvious that it's a person in a suit. But this, you don't get that. There's these, you know, huge shoulder muscles that attach directly to this head, which is what people, you know, report in Bigfoot sightings. And I can go ahead and drag him over here, and you can really just see, like, that is just not the same. Like, that's a completely different limb setup. A person just would not fit in this. This is not the same. And you can see his wrist bending here. So this is definitely an articulated limb. It's interesting. I gotta say, like, I'm kind of stumped. I don't think it's a person in a suit. I really don't. I guess the best way to put it would be, if it's a hoax, it is one of the most bizarrely elaborate and well-made hoaxes to invite a random, or at least seemingly random, YouTuber over to your property just to do this one prank, I guess, with a Bigfoot suit. If this is a suit, this is custom made. This is a custom job if it's a suit, because I've gone through every single Bigfoot costume, including the like inflatable ones that I could find. Nothing matches this. If it's a suit, it would have to be completely custom made. But I really don't think it is. And, you know, I could always be wrong. I may have to eat hat later, but for the time being, I really don't think I am. This thing is not built like a person. I mean, it's built like a hominid, but it's not built like a human person. It's built like a large ape, prehistoric cave person type deal. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much all I wanted to cover. What do y'all think? Do you think I'm crazy, or do you think I'm onto something here? Because I don't know. Sanity is for the weak. I did want to mention I am kind of struggling financially right now. Things are not going great. So if you do want to support the channel, please check out my Patreon. We have a bunch of different tiers. There's Discord access for every tier. There's uncensored content. There are you'll get your name in the credits to varying degrees, and then I think on the third one I actually give you like a verbal shout out. It would really help the channel, and I would immensely appreciate it. I would like to do this full time. Unfortunately, it's just not really becoming financially viable anymore to do so, but I am still going to be uploading as much as I can. I just probably am gonna have to get like a normal job on the side. One of my goals with this channel is, once I actually start making money, I want to go back on the road and start, you know, filming road trip stuff, vlogging, and going to different cryptid hotspots like I was doing was it last year or the year before? If you don't know, I filmed a 3-month-long travel vlog where I went to like a bunch of places all up and down the East Coast and like filmed cryptid stuff. You can watch it if you want. I'll put the link up. But yeah, I would very much appreciate the support. Things have been stressful, to say the least. But I understand that times are tough for everybody right now. So if you can't help out in any kind of monetary way, then I would very much appreciate a like, a comment, and a subscribe. because the algorithm. Anyway, thank you for watching. I look forward to doing more of these analysis type videos on other clips from across the internet. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.